Last year, together, we were faced with a $77 million budget deficit that we had to close. Thankfully, we were able to do that by holding the line on spending and asking our departments to make some really, really tough choices. This year, we're faced with a $126 million deficit. In addition to that, we have the prospects that the General Assembly could push teacher pensions down onto the local jurisdictions, which means for Prince George's County, we could be somewhere around an additional $40 to $80 million. So as you can see, we have a huge gap in which we must fill in our 2013 budget. As I said from the beginning of this administration, and I will say throughout this administration, that we will hold the line on public safety and education, which means that we're asking all of our departments, and many of the folks here tonight have been sitting through budget hearings today as we had each department come in this week and as we go through their budgets. So it's been a long day for many of us in order to make these tough choices. We had, in particular, the state's attorney's office in today, who's down really a lot of attorneys in her office. If you look at her colleagues around the region, Baltimore City has somewhere around 200 attorneys in their office. Our office, our state's attorney office, which handles as many cases as Baltimore City, has 90 if we give them every position that they've asked for, and that's questionable. I bring that up as an example of the daunting task that we have before us. And the reason that we are here tonight is to hear from you. We want your input before we make our final decisions and before we present our budget to the council for them to act upon. We want to hear from you as to what your priorities are. The beautiful thing about these hearings is that it not only gives us a chance to hear from you as to what you want us to keep, but if you have some great ideas on how we can not only trim the budget, but also how we can raise revenues, we're welcome. We would love to hear those also. We don't pretend, at least I don't, to have all the answers. So I'm pleased to have you out here tonight and hear from you.
Good evening, and first I want to thank Mr. Baker for having this forum so we have a chance to exchange ideas. I'm Barbara Simon, President of the Friends of the Prince George's County Libraries. I'm here representing the citizens of Prince George's County who depend on our public libraries for books, recordings, movies, computer internet access for answers for questions for schools and businesses. The Friends of Prince George's County Libraries, of which I am president, represents this diverse community. All 18 branches of the library have friends groups who serve as volunteers and raise funds for their libraries. All of us together comprise the County Friends. We speak as one voice for all of us and for everyone who uses our libraries. Tonight we wish to thank Mr. Baker, our county executive, for including in his current proposed budget for the coming year funds for the staff that will be needed when the new South Bowie branch opens. These funds will permit the library system to maintain its excellent service without having to make changes elsewhere to accommodate funding those positions. But I would like to take this opportunity to remind you also of some important facts. Since 2008, our system has had its funding reduced 17%, which has resulted in reduced library operating hours and the elimination of Sunday opening hours. Our materials budget has also been reduced more than 20%. At the same time, these years saw a growth in the community's use of our libraries. In the past 4 years, the library system has seen a nearly 11% increase in visits per person. In 2011 alone, our branches were visited 4.5 million times. A strong library system is crucial to our community's economic, social fabric. The system is doing an excellent job despite operating with a very lean budget. The Friends will continue to volunteer to raise funds and to continue to advocate for our libraries in the year ahead to ensure that our budget is not further reduced and the library can continue to serve us.
Thank you.
I'm going to try to summarize the comments that I've already given you. The ARC, as you know, is a nonprofit organization supporting over 2,000 individuals with intellectual and developmental disabilities and their families throughout the county. We're the oldest nonprofit agency serving individuals with disabilities, beginning our 60th year. We currently have 560 employees in full and part-time programs and positions throughout the county. We appreciate the opportunity to speak before you tonight as you move forward in responding to the many needs of the residents of Prince George's County. As a human service provider, as well as a member of the Human Service Coalition, we partner with the county and various local agencies to provide an important safety net for some of our most vulnerable citizens. First and foremost, Mr. Baker, though, I really do have to thank you for your support of the ARC during the current fiscal year. Your financial support in the area of transportation is really making a very big difference for us. And I'm assuming that you're hoping that many of those of us who come before you tonight not only thank you, but are in the position to say we won't need any money next year.
Yes, if you...
Unfortunately, I can't say that. We do hope that we can count on your continued support. I do want to acknowledge the partnership we have and the support of some of your county agencies, the Department of Family Services, the Health Department, the Department of Housing and Community Development, and their financial support is very helpful to us. We do understand that you're faced with some very serious fiscal issues as you try to put together the budget for the coming year. We do want to pledge our support and our partnership in two areas. One is in economic development. The more people we have employed, not only do we improve the quality of their life, but together we all improve the quality of the county's life. And the other area we would really like to work in partnership with you on is in the area of health care. We know full well what happens to our citizens who don't have accessible, high quality and affordable health care. Again, I do want to thank you for the opportunity, and we pledge to work with you in the coming year.
Thank you, B, and thank you for the work that you're doing in the ARC.
Good evening. My name is Stephen Sonnet. I live in the town of Upper Marlboro, and at the moment I'm the president of the town of Upper Marlboro. I'm here to save you money and increase revenues.
There you go. That's what I like.
Number one, I think you should fund the computer-based performance management system fully, because I think you'll find that that will lower your costs by increasing efficiency. Two, in fiscal year 12, you didn't fund the facilities management inventory and control system. I think at one time there was an outside contract in the budget that was cut. I think that needs to be put back in because the county needs to know what facilities they have and how to manage them. Three, here's a revenue increaser. Rehabilitate the William Beans and Sarah Beans Cemetery on Elm Street in preparation for the 1812 events. That will bring people into town, and it will be into the county seat as well. We don't have anything really to welcome them. Four, fund the reuse of the old Marlboro High School and Primary School on Elm Street and the old jail on Judges Drive in the town of Upper Marlboro to relocate county offices from leased space. That would be the most efficient way of getting those people out of leased space. And 4, 5, the cost of a new Families Justice Center of $18 to $20 million should be really looked at, and when you have a deficit of $125 million. I think that can be done more efficiently, and certainly it needs a hard look at numbers, because that's a 100-year flood zone, and it's also a green zone. Thank you.
For allowing me with this opportunity. My name is Cynthia Rivera. I am a youth leader through the Puentes Leadership Program at the Maryland Multicultural Youth Center, also known as Latin American Youth Center, or MAYC. But most importantly, I am someone who has experienced mental health challenges, and benefited from services. I'm here to tell you my story and how much I've been through, to show you the negative consequences of cutting the budget for mental health services for youth. Last year, I started to experience family problems that I thought had gone away. My father started drinking after being sober of 6 months. Every time he drank, I felt like he didn't care about my siblings and I. I locked up in my room until he stopped. I was scared. I wondered, why was I here? I was thinking suicidal thoughts. I was depressed. His behavior started to affect me during senior year. I was always worried and stressed about where my dad was. Was he in the streets? My grades started to drop. My sister took me to various community and youth centers to see who can help me. We went to 3 or 4, and all of them either had long waiting lists or I didn't qualify because I was not facing drug abuse, alcohol problems, or I was already too old. I was only 19. But my problems started way before I was 19. Time passed and my problems remained. But one day, I came across a flyer promoting the Americos program at MAYC. I joined so I could do something to distract me from what I was going through. There, I shared my challenges with my supervisor, and she referred me to one of the counselors at MAYC. Talking to my counselor made me feel relieved. I was happy. I started feeling better. I felt stronger. I started thinking that I could change my life. People are losing, just like my problems, a lot of youth and families in our county are going through crisis. People are losing their homes. Some are facing that their parents can't work, and family deportations, bullying, and more. I know there are many financial priorities in the county, but bridging youth to healthy behaviors will benefit the county as a whole. Cutting mental health budget in schools, youth, and community centers can lead to youth not graduating or end up in places they shouldn't be, like in the streets or turn to drugs. That is where I would have been. Now I am working to develop my leadership skills and to become the first college graduate in my family. Supporting mental health services is an investment in our communities. When a youth is healthy, we contribute and build strong communities. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Ramirez. I just want you to know that, as I've said throughout, and I think the council has shown this also, is that access to quality health care, which mental health is a part of, is something that this administration and this council has proven that they're fully in support of, and we're going to do everything that we can to make it a strong part of our budget. So thank you for that testimony.
Thank you for having me, and good evening, Executive Baker and other county officials. I'm here on behalf of the BRW Civic Association to recommend how the fiscal year 2013 budget should be spent. Deep, sincere consideration should be given to property owners' rights to quiet enjoyment and the opportunity to use and development of their properties. In particular, we are confronted with the hardships that accompany infestation of deer in heavily populated areas, such as Capitol Heights. Funding must be set aside to resolve this problem. There's a litany of issues to deal with deer, especially when you have young kids in the neighborhood and so forth. And funding must also be set aside for environmental development and sanitation of the waterways. Absent property owners must be charged to maintain a reasonable, healthy appearance of their property. Dumping and blight areas must be identified and cleared. For example, dead-end streets and vacant property yards inside the Beltway. Funding must be set aside to install sidewalks and curbstones on each side of the roads, especially in terms of Brook Road and Rollins Avenue. By the way, BRW stands for Brook Road, Rollins Avenue, and Walker Mill Road. And if you've ever been in that neighborhood, this organization has been in that neighborhood over 50 years. We don't have sidewalks on some of the streets. I mean, at some point, you're going to have to recognize that inside the Beltway is a part of the county, and it's actually a gateway to the district. Thank you. Funding must be set aside to install the sidewalks. Okay. Funding for trimming of vines and vegetation on the communication and power lines throughout the county must be dealt with. In particular, Capitol Heights area is flooded with all kinds of communication lines that just hang almost down to the ground. And if you change your carrier, no one ever comes out and takes those wires down. And we've had pole fires in the area on several occasions. And we'd like something to be done about that. Besides being an eyesore, it is a dangerous issue. Okay, funding for the installation and repair of fire hydrants is needed. The BRW has cited and reported several fire hydrants and that have continuously running water, or have caps missing, or have water seeping from the ground near the fire hydrant. Now on behalf of the Civic Association, we would like to thank this administration for fixing the fire hydrant in front of the Dawswell Brooks Elementary School that had been there for about 18 months. And actually, when you came into administration, I came to a meeting, and y'all took care of that in 2 days. 2 days.
Fast, we did something.
Thank you. I have a bit. Oh, I got a letter for you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Anthony. I would like to say, as you heard about inside the Beltway and paying attention to it, I want you to know that Councilmember Toles was clapping before you stopped, and that is because she reminds us all the time of what we need to do there. I also want to make sure that people are aware that the reason that we bring the entire government out here is so the men and women that we've tasked with helping to run this government can hear what's going on and actually work on some of these issues, so I know they will.
Good evening. I'm here to introduce about half of Save the World Environmental Club from Calverton Elementary School.
Hey.
They're 3rd through 5th graders. They're out here late on a school night because they're so passionate about the issue they're about to talk about. And County Executive Baker, we wanted to thank you in particular for the letter of endorsement that helped us to win the Keep America Beautiful first place national award over the past year.
Hey, my name is Alexa Molina. I am in 3rd grade. I'm also speaking for Laura Espanol, a 5th grader. I would like to say thank you for making the right decision on keeping Cass-Mish. Learning about the environment is very important because if we don't take care of the world now, it will be a devil and a nightmare in the future. The environment is not just books, it's also nature. When you are in nature, you can learn better because you are there to see what is actually happening. Laura said that at Cass-Mish they have hands-on activities where you can learn and experience wildlife. Cass-Mish is a unique place. She said this because the activities are not the typical activities you do at school. It is a more fun and better way to learn about Mother Earth. I want to go to Cass-Mish because you get to do fun things and I could learn more about nature and animals while being outside, not in books. The word of Dr. Seuss says, unless you care a whole awful lot, nothing is going to get better. It's not. Keeping your environment healthy is very important. If everyone keeps the world clean, you are making a difference in the world. Start saving the world. I'm writing this speech because I want everyone to know that you could save the world by not killing trees, not killing animals, and keeping the world a better place to live. If we lose Cass-Mish, they will kill the trees there to make buildings and malls. If we have no trees left, we won't have oxygen. If all of those trees are cut, the animals won't have a place to live. Cass-Mish makes the world a better place because it's nature and you can discover many different animals and trees there. Please keep Cass-Mish open forever. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Cara Sanchez and I'm 9 years old. I'm in 3rd grade and I go to Calverton Elementary School. I want to thank everybody for letting me talk. I wanted to start by thanking everybody for keeping Camp Smith for this school year. I think the camp is important because it teaches about the environment, animal habitats, and nature. I think Camp Smith is a better way to learn about the environment than just learning at school. The reason I think that is because Camp Smith allows you to go outside and get a hands-on experience with nature and also have fun. It's important learning about the environment because it teaches people what they shouldn't do, like cut down trees, destroy plants, or destroy animal habitats. Going outside to learn about the environment is important because you're able to see how beautiful nature really is. I love the environment and care very much about it because I think animals and I don't want to see people destroy their habitats. I'm really looking forward to going to Camp Smith because I want to see how nature really is in its own habitat. Also, I hear it's really fun, and who doesn't like to have fun? My friends and I can't wait to see nature and its own habitat. Once again, my name is Carmen Sanchez. Thank you for listening.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Stephanie Arevalo, and I'm in 4th grade. I'm speaking here for Camp Smith. Thank you for keeping Camp Smith open this year. Please keep it up. It is important to know about the environment because you can make a difference by picking up trash, stop cutting down trees, and stop oil spilling. I care about this because I want to make a big difference saving the world. We should go outside, learn about the environment because we can see the nature. We can see the animals and the trees, and we will care. The kids can see nature, they will learn about the environment. That matters because if kids don't see nature, their environment won't be clean because the kids don't go outside and clean it. Kids want to express themselves outside and the environment because if you're just reading it, you don't know how it feels. When you're inside learning about it, you don't know how it feels. Camp Smith teach you about the environment because when you're in school, they can't really tell you as much. What if you're in school and there's an animal in Camp Smith and it's not in your school? You don't know how it is. I'm looking to see more animals that I haven't seen when I go to Camp Smith. I can express myself by catching fish and looking at them with magnifying glasses because we can't do that at school. Please keep up Camp Smith because it means a lot to us. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Hi, my name is Johanna Rodas and I am from Calverton Elementary School. I am 9 years old and I am in 4th grade. Thank you for keeping Camp Smith open this year to let the 5th graders get an environmental chance to learn about animals and the environment. It is important to go outside and learn about the environment because it's better to see what nature does for the world because you can explore about animals and get to see a better place. Camp Smith is better to learn about the environment because it takes you outside to nature to learn about animals and nature to learn what special kind of animals there are in the forest and to learn about the kinds of plants. It is important to learn about the environment because kids might grow up and cut down the trees. Then we won't have any trees to help us clean the oxygen. If you don't have oxygen, you don't have animals. I care about the environment because I want to keep it clean so everyone will have a better place to live. Like I recycle instead of trashing. If more people begin to trash it, it won't be a better world. I like to be outside to see what kind of plants are growing and what kind of special animals there are to explore. Camp Schmidt is a wonderful place to learn about it. I want to do some things for me. Please start cleaning the world so that more people can start living in it. Don't kill the earth. Start planting more trees. Please keep Camp Schmidt open. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Jaden. I am 9 years old. The reason why I'm here is to save Camp Smith. Without Camp Smith, 3rd and 4th graders won't look forward to learning about environment, and 5th graders won't learn something they haven't learned. Ever since Camp Smith opened, kids all over the county have been caring for the environment. And if Camp Smith closes, no one will care about the earth. We could keep Camp Smith open. The purpose of Camp Smith is to enable students to make decisions and take actions that create a meantime, a relationship between themselves and the environment. I have never gone to Camp Smith, and I would love to experience Camp Smith. We should keep Camp Smith open because it helps children decide what they want to do in their lives and how to act to the environment. I care about Camp Smith, and there's nothing that could stop me from caring about it. I care about the environment because I'm a Save the World, and Save the World is about the environment and getting people to keep it green. Without Camp Smith, our county is not going to care about environment, and so might not the earth care. So please keep Camp Smith open.
Hi, my name is Rihanna Putney. I am in 5th grade, and I also am speaking for Tia Dorsey. I am from Save the World, and I am 10 years old. Tia is 8. My school is Compton Elementary School. I'm going to thank you for keeping Camp Schmidt open and tell you why you should continue to keep it open this year. First of all, Camp Schmidt has lots and lots of wonderful animals, and if you close Camp Schmidt, all those animals would lose their lives. I bet if you were one of those animals, you would be terrified. Another reason why you should not close Camp Schmidt is because Camp Schmidt is a wonderful place where kids and adults can learn more about nature in a very special way. Many people love Camp Schmidt. It's a very unique place for people to learn about environmental things that they will not learn anywhere else. There are a lot of kids in Prince George's County Public Schools who never get to see what nature can be like in the beautiful outdoors. Camp Schmidt is the only place in Prince George's County that teaches many kids about the interesting things that happen in nature. I'm asking you to do nature a favor, and also lots of kids who care about nature and want to learn more about nature. If you do this favor, you can save lots of animals' lives and make lots of people happy by saving Camp Schmidt. I know a lot of people who love their visits to Camp Schmidt, and I know a lot of kids who want to go to Camp Schmidt. My experience there was really great. I never got a chance to explore nature like that before. I'm really happy that you kept Camp Schmidt open, and I hope you will keep it open. I thank you a lot for keeping it open, and I bet a lot of people are really grateful you did too. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, my name is Noyeta Farah. I'm a 5th grader in Calverton Elementary School. My friend Jasmine Juarez and I wrote the speech for you all. We'd like to thank you for keeping Camp Schmidt open for this school year, but we wish you could keep it open next year too, because lots of kids in Prince George's County Public Schools want to learn about environmental things from the beautiful outdoors. If they don't learn it, most of the kids wouldn't get to explore how interesting the outdoors are and never get to learn lots and lots of stuff about nature. Most of the kids in Prince George's County schools don't even know most things about nature like we do, and Camp Schmidt can be a perfect place for them to learn about nature and actually have fun when they're learning about nature. Learning about nature at school is not really a good idea because most of the kids don't even pay attention. The only way to get their attention is to show them what nature feels like in the outdoors, where you can take nature walks and explore the types of cool underwater insects there are that you don't even see more often. Now, if you close Camp Schmidt down, kids wouldn't have the chance to explore all these kinds of interesting things about nature. Some kids destroy animals trees, and many more things that some kids just that belong to nature without knowing what would happen if they destroy them. And all of it is because they never got to explore nature, and they need to. I really hope you keep Camp Schmidt open for all the kids out there who need to know many things about nature that can blow their minds away. Nothing ever surprised me like nature at Camp Schmidt did. A lot of people I know that went to Camp Schmidt really enjoyed their visits there too. Thank you for your cooperation.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Isaiah Silvestre. I am also speaking for Saman Zaman. We are in Save the World at Calverton Elementary. We want to thank you for keeping Camp Schmidt open for this year. It means a lot to save the world. Now kids can learn about the environment, because if you don't learn about nature, the environment is going to be trash and nothing natural. Also, would not know about how taking care of things in nature, things are not going to be good. And Camp Schmidt is a better place to learn about the environment than in school, because you get to see nature right in front of you. In school, you just see pictures. And I would like to go to Camp Schmidt so I can learn about the environment and not just at school or at Save the World. And I hope I can. And closing Camp Schmidt is just the wrong thing to do for the environment, kids, and the schools. Thank you for your time.
Run it back.
My name is Michaela Washington, and I am in 3rd grade, and I am also speaking for Vivian in 3rd and 4th grade, because she is not here. First, I want to say thank you for coming to this hearing. We think it is unfair how humans are taking animals' homes, and now animals are leaving. We need to save Camp Schmidt so we can save the animals. At school, we don't get the chance to do amazing projects like they do in Camp Schmidt. Learning about Camp Schmidt teaches us important animals that we need to learn about. I am not that happy because everyone wants to learn more about animals. So we need Camp Schmidt. I don't want Camp Schmidt to close just because of money. We thank you for keeping Camp Schmidt open last year, but if you close it this year, other students who are looking forward to going like me will never get the chance. They will cut down all the trees, which would kill most of the animals, just to build a mall. I am looking forward to Camp Schmidt because it is a beautiful place to learn. Camp Schmidt is better than school because they make learning fun. We need Camp Schmidt so we can learn more, and learning is what school is all about. Thank you for your time, and have a nice evening.
Thank you very much.
You get to follow that.
I get to follow the children. That's wonderful. Good evening.
Bye, children.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Have a good day. I know.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Thank you for the opportunity to provide testimony this evening. My name is Donna Crocker Mason, and I'm the Executive Director of the Human Services Coalition of Prince George's County. We are a broad coalition of more than 100 nonprofit and government organizations that provide human services to many thousands of county residents. I should also add that we have several thousand employees to many of our member organizations. Our mission is vibrant communities through excellent nonprofits, and we achieve our mission by building the capacity of nonprofit organizations to expand service delivery, increase resources, develop and experience leaders to promote positive social change in their communities. We also provide networking and collaboration activities and opportunities, and we provide support that engages nonprofit organizations in public advocacy. I'd just like to give you a couple of examples. We had several speakers from the Human Service Coalition agencies, but I'd like to give you a couple of examples by way of suggestion of what we can do. One of our programs is a nonprofit incubator program. We had 16 nonprofits that completed the Human Services Coalition Incubator Program in 2011, and our efforts and work with them generated over $4 million in new funding to Prince George's County residents. One organization increased their annual revenue from $58,000 to $1.2 million through a 5-year federal grant. Another organization raised $60,000 from Walmart, and another organization received $25,000 from the Able Foundation. So our technical assistance and training helps to produce revenues and dollars to support critical human services in Prince George's County. We have many other activities, including some educational activities, and last month we had several foundations that came to meet with over 60 representatives of nonprofits and talk about how to get funding, private funding. And actually tomorrow, United Way will be at our luncheon to present 18 of our members with grants.
Terrific.
So I will close now by thanking you for your support of nonprofits. I would also say that we thank you for and recognize you for the work done by you and your team through the community partnership grants this year, and we know that the return on investment, investing in nonprofits is excellent, and it's critical to the services for Prince George's County. Thank you.
Thank you, Don. Thank you for the work that you're doing and the help that you've given to this administration through the transition team and through other efforts. So thank you very much.
As many people may or may not know, transit-oriented development is being promoted by local officials throughout the nation in varying urban areas as a way to counter sprawl, reduce traffic on roads, and revitalize struggling urban neighborhoods. And I really think the emphasis should be on reviving struggling urban neighborhoods. We know that most of these, well, these TODs, as they're known as an alias, are very good public-private partnerships. Research shows that the value of commercial and residential properties close to transit stations often rises, and that translates into higher real estate tax revenues in that area. As one considers Prince George's County, that we have 15 metro stations, it begs the question, how would transit-oriented development in Prince George's County translate into revitalized communities and increased tax revenue in a manner that would help out FY2013 budget? I know we have a $126 million shortfall, but how would it help with this FY2013 budget and beyond? Why is this important? Because if one looks at, let's say, Arlington, Virginia, back in the 70s, from what I understand, they were really in a decline, but through transit-oriented development, Arlington was able to increase their land value. It increased by 84% between 2002 and 2006. Basically, when you have the Rosslyn-Boston corridor, the funding went from $2.18 billion to $4 billion, according to its Director of Transportation. Now, one thing that's interesting is that Arlington covers about 2 square miles in area, which is less than 8% of the county's land area. However, they brought in about 30% of Arlington's real estate taxes. We're on a gold mine here in Prince George's County, because if one looks at the green line, I really believe we have 3 metro stations in Prince George's County that could rival Roslyn-Boston corridor. You've got Naylor Road, Suitland, Branch Avenue. One might consider Southern Avenue as well. But I really believe if it's done the right way, done methodically, done over time and tactfully, that there's enough economic driver in that to help fuel the economic base for Prince George's County and literally transform it into what we really want to be as citizens. So I know we have New Carrollton and all the others, but I just think that would be a real good thing for the county as far as the budget goes. So thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Good evening.
Good evening.
My name is Peter Holden, and I'm Executive Director of New Horizons Supported Services. We're a private nonprofit agency which was established in 1969 to meet the needs of individuals with disabilities needing job training and employment. We support families and individuals across Prince George's County. 43 years ago, the agency has been an effective leader for the needs of people with disabilities and their families. Day in and day out, our organization provided hundreds of people with opportunities to become employed, to become involved in the community, to become self-sufficient taxpayers. As citizens and voters, we continued those opportunities. On behalf of everyone in our organization, I want to first of all applaud you, County Executive Baker, for your hearings here tonight, for seeking input from Prince George's County residents, and the work of your team, particularly Mr. Seaman and your members of your team. As housing and service providers, we're looking at serious challenges on the horizon. And my reason for speaking tonight is to talk about our agency, which served over 185 individuals this past year, an 18% increase over our capacity. Meanwhile, nonprofit organizations, we've sustained cuts totaling more than 11% in our funding in the past 2 years from Maryland and Medicaid. Funding cuts in the past 3 budget cycles has diminished our ability to be responsive. We've absorbed these cuts as Prince George's County neighbors are still hurting from the recent economic downturn. We understand that your fiscal 2013 will be another tight budget year, obviously. I want to say thank you for considering my remarks and leave you with 2 things that we would like to have you consider. First of all, we're presently way over capacity in the services that we can provide. We're located here in Upper Marlboro, and we're about 23 people over who we can provide for. We've started a waiting list of people that need supports. We appreciate the fact that your office has indicated at least one potential site that our agency could expand to for job training down in the Chevrolet community, which we'd like to participate in as far as the neighborhood revitalization program. Second, we wish to work with the county to expand family and individual services that individuals need. Every year, many more students transition. We've had 21 new transitioning students turning 21, and we're looking to try to accommodate those individuals. In the future, we envision a new job training and recycling center down in Chevrolet, working with the county in cooperation with your staff, and to look at increasing the potential for demand that we have in our program. We think the project is an investment in people's lives, not as well said as those third graders said about environmental, but certainly green jobs nonetheless. So we appreciate your support and your comments.
Thank you, and thank you for the work that you're doing in the community. I appreciate it.
Good evening, Executive Baker.
Good evening.
It's a pleasure to be here again. I missed the last 2 years for, as you can see, me not being able to get down the steps. But
we're glad to have you this year.
I'm glad to be back here. I haven't missed a county executive budget hearing for nine of the 13 years, so I'm glad to be back. But my reason for being here, oh, by the way, my name is Rosario Aideo. I'm the president of the Citizens Association of South Bowie. And I'm here to thank you for the South Bowie Library. It's taking shape now, and we were going by the pictures, but now that we see the actual building coming to life, it's going to be a beautiful building, and it's going to be a feather in the cap of Prince George's County. As you know, and also from the first speaker, I heard that you did put funds in to open the building, so I thank you for that also. Our association is one of about 6 homeowners association. We're the only civic association that got together and worked for the last 13 years to get this building built. And we appreciate your dedication and your support for the building, and we also want to thank your previous administrations for the assistance they gave us also. But you saw it through, and I want to thank you for that. As you know, libraries, people don't think of them as a part of the education system, but they are. And I'm here to ask that you try to keep the funds of the library to a level where they can operate at a decent level. I know I've gone to the meetings with the Board of Library Trustees, and each year they used to tell me, they're telling us to cut the budget. They're telling us to cut the budget. And we finally saw it through. And again, thank you so much, and give some more funds to the library, please. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Distinguished panels and ladies and gentlemen, I'm very pleased that you held this session, and I'm with the Seat Pleasant Community Development Corporation, and I came primarily to voice my support of your plan, and to let you know that we as a fledgling organization, struggling organization should I say, have had to do some similar belt tightening, and because of that, we have taken the steps to partner with other community groups, neighborhood groups, and other nonprofits, so that our dollars could be stretched and the services to the community could go further. And we have been in touch with senior members of your administration. They've been straightforward with us and cooperative. We appreciate you for that, and them as well. And we just want to congratulate you at this point of your administration, and hope that we can be a partner as you go forward.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Executive Baker, for having this hearing. Really appreciate the opportunity to speak. And my name is Stacy Hawkins. I'm from the Glendale area, member of the Glendale Citizens Association, and also every historic preservation committee that I think there is. And I have 2 things near and dear to my heart that I did want to talk about, and one is the library. And I would really like to request that you don't cut any of the funding for the library. I've been in Prince George's County over 40 years, and spent the first half of my life in Knoxon Hill Library and the second half of my life in the Greenbelt Library. And I just can't tell you how much research has been done there. A lot of people don't have the, computers, the printers at home, the facilities to get the research that the librarians can find. They've always been extremely, extremely helpful, and they've gone to the 9th degree to find everything to help us. And we're always met with a smile, a can I help you? And they find things that we never even thought imaginable. So that is my first thing to, please save our library. And I know, congratulations for the South Bowie Library, but I would not want that to impinge on our already existing libraries. The other thing I would like to talk about is open space, and would just like to say that I would like to save as much open space as possible in our beautiful Prince George's County. One of the things we have going for us is that we are a rural county. We have some of the last grasslands in Maryland, and I would just like to preserve as much of that as we can. And I would like to publicly thank Council Chair Harrison for the wonderful forum that she had for the PPA, and I would like to say that I know that we're encouraging economic development and we need to grow in Prince George's County, but I would like to say, can we do it in a way that we preserve space for areas that would like to have it, that we also, instead of tearing down some of the historic derelict buildings, maybe we could do an adaptive reuse to those particular buildings. We'd like to save, some of the wetlands, some of the natural vegetation and growth we have an area in Glendale. The Glendale people would kind of like to keep their area rural. That was one of the things they voted for. They voted for a low-density area, and I would like to keep it that way. And I see over the years that, development is growing closer and closer to us, but I would like to put my bid in to save as much of that as possible. Thank you all very much.
Thank you very much. With that, thank you very much for coming out.